Hi, it's John Kelly. In this module, we are going to discuss the audit of subsequent events, and as always, we want to be efficient and effective, follow professional standards, and document what we have done properly. Now, the issue with subsequent events is the auditor is responsible to look for subsequent events up to the date of the audit report. And often there's a gap. Field work can be in a smaller audit long over. In a larger audit, maybe the time isn't that long, but field work is over for a period of time before the date of the audit report, because many things are happening. Management and the board of directors are approving the financial statements and things are happening, so there's a gap. And how do we, as an auditor, do something after field work is over and up to the date of the report to satisfy our obligations for subsequent events? And the requirement is to perform procedures up until the date of the report. So what might those procedures be? And here are the 4 things that we must do, and you will see that they don't constitute much more than asking management, but let's go through them. There are 4, and it's probably going to differ between a large, perhaps public company audit and the audit of a small business or a small not-for-profit organization. And the first requirement in 567, or 560.7, is to understand management's procedures. And in a larger company, they probably should have such processes, and we will be able to understand and document our understanding of it. In a smaller audit, it's probably, as suggested in 315A108, that management's close involvement is what's going to draw subsequent events to their attention, and that is the process that they're closely involved and would know if there was a subsequent event. And our key procedure here is to ask management if there are any subsequent events. And in both cases, we will document the results of our inquiry in the representation letter. So that's very important documentation. The other thing that we are required to do is read the minutes and see if there's anything interesting in there. And we will probably read the minutes very much towards the end of field work. And it's likely in a large public company, because that's where the gap between the end of field work and the date of the audit report is going to be very small. There will probably be none after field work. In a small business or a small not-for-profit organization, it may be that there are only annual minutes, and those will not have been prepared yet. In a small not-for-profit, maybe they have a board meeting every month or 2, but again, probably the meeting before the audit is over will be the only one that occurs until the board meets to approve the annual financial statements. The 4th requirement is to read the interim financial statements if there are any, and again, in a large public company, probably not, because they're working very quickly after year-end to produce the annual financial statements and have not prepared any financial statements other than those. And again, the same thing will probably occur in a small business. No financial statements will be available at all. So the key procedures there are going to be asking management and reading the minutes, and it will be therefore very important that we document that we have done those 2 things. And we should also document that we tried to read interim financial statements, but that there were none. Now, there may be other procedures that we may wish to apply, and 560A8 gives us a list. So things like looking at budgets or cash flows or things like that. So if we had suspicions that there were subsequent events that we hadn't been told about, we might extend our procedures beyond the 4 procedures discussed on the previous slide. The 4 procedures on the previous slide we must perform. The ones in A8 we might consider performing. And we are to evaluate the presentation and disclosure of any subsequent events that our procedures have disclosed. and we are to get it in the rep letter, so that's very important that that be in the rep letter. There should be a standard representation in all rep letters that the client has told us of all significant subsequent events, and any subsequent events of which they are aware are properly disclosed and presented in the notes to the financial statements. After the date of report but before issue, and that should probably be a very, very short period of time, maybe only a day or two, but if something did come up in that very short period of time, the auditor would follow it up if it came to their attention and do something about it, presumably amend the financial statements. Facts that come to the auditor's attention after the date of the audit report, and this is the standard thing that you would do if anything came to your attention, if a misstatement in the financial statements came to your attention, if a undisclosed subsequent event came to your attention. You would discuss it with management. You would assess whether the thing was material enough to require an amendment to the financial statements. You would ask management to amend it, and if management doesn't, you would then ask the board to amend it. And if the board then chooses not to issue amended financial statements when the auditor thinks they should, I guess the phrase is seek legal advice, but that's code words for consider resigning, because you no longer trust management and the board to do the right thing, and of course they should do the right thing. And documentation, of course, because the procedures we have are really very limited, the odds of those procedures finding a subsequent event, if there is one, and management is not telling us, is very slight. So therefore, it's very important that we document the 4 required steps. So, thanks for listening.